Oh, buddy, but it's always the same. Playing with the boys. Do. Playing with young boys. Teach them morals and athletic fortitude. Play around with those boys. Play with some boys. Yes, nailed it again. Hope I don't get copyright struck because I sing that song so well. It's unbelievable what's happening out here. Sports Mask Collective, episode 123, 123. And look at this, folks. Wouldn't you know it? Well, first of all, I mean, we all know glory days, the look of the young boys' eye, glory days. But also, look at this. '23, of course, the number of greatness, and it's episode 123. You're not going to see the number 23 again for another 100 episodes. Isn't that something interesting? That's something a loser would say on a podcast, but this is a real podcast hosted by a true All-American. And listen, folks, somebody needs, by the way, can somebody make a cover of Playing with the Boys so it can actually have the Casamigos obviously is now the official intro song for Ski Mask Collective, as we established last week, which will be on tomorrow at 12:30, new time, 12:30, because Daddy Stancils got shit to do. Hashtag real job, hashtag real life, hashtag leave your house. But if somebody can make a cover of Playing with the Boys so I don't have to sing it every show, would be greatly appreciated. But it is unbelievable what's happening out here. And what I was going to say is there is something to that song. Play with Boys. Get out there and play with a boy. No, it's really true. Get your minds out of the gutter. I coached high school athletes for 8 years. I coached middle school athletes before that for 2 years. That's a 10-year total, folks. For you people who are not in the Dabbleverse and aren't total mongoloids, you know that 8 plus 2 is 10. If you still watch MLC, then you probably had to have me tell you that. But my point is, again, accomplished athlete, clearly, not only on the lacrosse field, basketball, baseball, basically just everything I've ever done, but also an elite coach of young adults, young boys, some might say. And it is very rewarding to get out there and play with a boy or two, and not in a weird way. Just get out there, be a role model for a young boy. Give a underprivileged boy a ride home from school. Now, what you don't want to do is give underprivileged boys a ride home from school and then keep them in your basement and clap cheeks for a year, just like Sandusky did. That is not how you play with boys. Why is my name on the screen? Get my name off the screen. We all know who I am. Oh, I don't like this at all. Get that off the screen. What is this? This is the show. How do I get my name off the screen? This is going to be the rest of the show. I actually have a decent amount to talk about. I actually have a good amount to talk about, but we're not moving on until I figure out how to get my name off the screen. I don't like my name on the screen. I've never liked my name on the screen. You know who I am. Anybody watching this knows who. Display informative messages. I say shit videos up for audio. Get my name off the screen. Get it off. Can I just delete it? I haven't even started the show yet, really. Oh, I have to put in a name? Oh, God, why again? Why? I've been doing this. We've been doing this. Well, my co-host is dead. My co-host is dead. Been doing this, but we've been doing this for 5 years. How is it possible? Weekly, if not multiple times a week. And every fucking week, something is different. What is wrong? What do these people at these companies not use the technology? I have never had my name on the screen. We have never had the name on the screen. I literally just, last time I did a show, all I did was turn off the computer and open it up again. I'm not moving on. I don't care. I'll figure this out for an hour. I'm not moving on from this. Show display names. Oh, thank God. Jesus Christ. Why, though? All right. Anyway, the point of the story is play with boys, but don't put them in your basement a quarter mile from Penn State and clap their cheeks. That's the moral of the story. It's good to coach boys and be real. You got to learn boundaries. Coach boys, teach them morals and teach them athletics, obviously, just like I did for a decade. Don't bring the boys to the basement of your Pennsylvania house and clap their cheeks while your wife makes lasagna. Do you people see the difference? Do you people who watch MLC see the difference? Because I know you people who still watch that show are Mongos. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. By the way, teaser, a little guy, a gentleman you may know, last name Levy, first name Bob, may or may not be joining me, co-hosting with me on SMC tomorrow at 12:30. But that's neither here nor there. Sports Mask Collective, episode 123, the year of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Herbert Christ, 2025, in the dark of night. Surprisingly, in the dog days of August here, the middle of August, I have a decent little list of shit to talk about. I sent a link to a couple of people. We'll see if anybody shows up. Hey, guys, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. Breaking news. Meade said he was going to do the show and is nowhere to be found. I know. Hard to believe. Hard to believe that Meade says he'll do something and doesn't do it. Hard to believe, folks. But even as soon as last night saying he could do the show. And then, so this is why. So you asked me, why does Meade do the show more? Why doesn't it? It's because nobody's reliable. Which is fine. I'm not mad. It's just, it is slightly annoying. But again, Daddy, unlike all these other people, Daddy can carry a show on his own. No clips, no stream sniping, no talk, no works, no talking about the men, just cold, hard sports brought to you by an actual All-American athlete, not a fat, neck-bearded Midwestern like everybody that works at Barstool. Folks, you're in the right place. You're doing the right thing. Pat yourself on the back. If you can reach it, if you're not too obese, pat yourself on the back. If you are very obese, pat yourself on the tummy and thank yourself for watching an actual real sports show hosted by a real athlete with real knowledge of the real world. Speaking of the real world, as we always do on this program, when we start the show, which we haven't even really started yet, haven't even touched a story. Today's workout, again, same as last week, same as usual, a pyramid or ladder, if you will. 2 rounds. And this is, I'm not, as always, I only tell you the truth. I like to hear when what guys do. Maybe you throw some of this in your workout. Maybe it motivates you to get off your big fat MLC ass and do something. 15 minutes on the Jacobs ladder. That's the one about I'm not going to say 45, probably a 60-degree angle, and the ladder moves, and you have to keep going up. 15 minutes on that. Then we go 5, 10, 15, 10, 5 on reps and 3 exercises using the TRX and kettlebells. TRX push-ups, kettlebell, one arm. I actually always forget cleans. One arm cleans, 5, again, each side. And then TRX rows, where you pull yourself up on the TRX. So each workout, 3 workouts. First round is 5 reps. Second round, 10 reps. Third round, 15 reps. Fourth round, 10 reps. Fifth round, 5 reps. So all 3 workouts, 5, 10, 15, 10, 5. Then we ran a mile. Then we went over, brought the kettlebell, 5, same formula, 5, 10, 15, 10, 5, push-ups, kettlebell presses, shoulder presses with the rotation, of course, to hit the back of the delts and the front of the delts. It's a multi-headed muscle. This is a sports show, and I am a NASM certified personal trainer before it expired 6 years ago. National Academy of Sports Medicine, not a big deal. And of course, pull-ups. Pull-ups, 5, 10, 15, 10, 5. Called it a day. In and out. Hour and a half, not even. You can do it, folks. Oh, my God. Anyway, we didn't the ground rules of the show. I think most of you know by now. If you don't, all super chats will get read eventually. Best way to support the show is to send money to my accountant, Venmo at DaveD23, PayPal at DDOMB5185. And really the best way to support the show for $3 a month, join the Patreon. Look at it as a once a month super chat, as I always say. And constant content. I didn't have time to upload it before, but as soon as I'm done here, if you haven't noticed, my historic coverage of what happened with MLC from yesterday is no longer available to the poors. It is members only at the moment as of last night. And as soon as I'm done here, it will be uploaded to the Patreon. Almost 400 views before I took it off of public view. And I don't promote it. And besides tweeting, doing a couple tweets, I don't do anything with it. All these fucking losers, these new losers around here all the algorithms and put it on this page, put it on that page. I'm a simple fucking man. You get the nectar here. No bullshit. Straight unadulterated truth, power, and podcast nectar. That's what we do at Ski Mask Media, and especially here at Sports Mask Collective, folks. Unbelievable what's happening out here, truly. And of course, since we're talking sports, I opted to go with the grape Celsius today, if you know what I mean. What is it? Hey, StreamYard. I don't want it. What is this? What is it? I don't want any of this. And I will get to, as always, as the perennial people's champ, I will get to the poor people chat at some point. But if you want anything red, definitely got to super chat it. But, not that kind of show. We'll talk about that kind of show more tomorrow, or as soon as we're done, you could watch me talk about it on the Patreon, since I'm the only man willing to tell the truth at the expense of my own bank account, because I don't give a fuck. And that's what we've always done here. And that's what my co-host died for our sins, frankly. Where is he? I want to see him. I want to look at my co-host, and then we'll get into sports. Where is he? There he is. There he is with Chuck Mangione, Hulk Hogan. There they are, giving a wave. Beautiful boys. All right. What do you want to start with, you fucking pieces? Just kidding. You're all very nice people, I'm sure. Well, I got to start with myself, obviously, because Jim Stancil is a podcast narcissist. Hashtag ICYMI. Is that correct? In case you missed it. Because I haven't done a show. I haven't done a show since then. Besides the live from yesterday where I touched on it. I did my annual crossing of Long Island Sound on a kayak on Monday, about 16 and a half miles round trip, about 7.5 to 8 miles each way, depending on the drift I had. I think there was 7.6 and back was like 8.1. Yeah, again, you came to the right place. There's far too many people commenting on sports that are complete slobs. We're never good at sports and don't know the first thing about, forget about sports, just being a healthy adult. And I don't like, it's like having a fat trainer. You know, it's the same thing of these loser sports guys you listen to. I mean, have you ever seen Stephen A. Smith shoot a basketball? Anyway, we did the Long Island Sound crossing, a little under 2 hours each way. So pretty much about 4 hours in the cockpit of my kayak, crossing from Stamford over to Calmsett State Park. Bigger, like a lot of these people in this shitty universe that I'm desperately trying to pull out of, literally couldn't get out of the harbor, couldn't get a mile out of the harbor, much less do 16 miles in the open Long Island Sound. Yeah, pretty much banged it out. I don't know what goes on there, but the flies are unbearable. So just wanted to put that on the radar that your fearless leader is still out there doing things off camera, mostly off camera. Do you want to start with the Mets or do you want to start with the dildo gate? Because I got info. I actually did slight research on dildo gate. Let's start with dildo gate because I feel like that's more interesting and more a broader topic. So green dildo gate, of course, if you're living under a sports rock, the 3 dildos have been thrown onto WNBA courts in the last week. Pretty funny, just pretty straightforward slapstick, pardon the pun, funny. Right? Take it. I think anybody who knows anything about sports is joking around about it, yada, yada, yada. Now, here's where it gets interesting and unfortunately less interesting and less funny. And credit, I know I bash Barstool a lot. Obviously, most of it's time. Well, not all of it. I've always still liked the originals. I've always still liked Kevin Clancy, KFC, Big Cat, and I really don't mind El Presidente, Dave Portnoy, just because, again, it's like a lot of things in podcasting, in comedy in general. I don't agree with what a lot of people say. All I give a fuck about if it's funny and or entertaining. And I don't usually agree with Portnoy or the way he does things, but I do think he's entertaining. Anywho, credit to KFC of Barstool. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's available everywhere. I don't pay for it. He did have the green dildo guy on. It was just released this morning. He talked to him yesterday to explain the whole, I think they call it GDM, green dildo movement. So the unfortunate truth here is this, long story short, and I listened to the whole thing for you fine people. This is crypto bros. Unfortunately, you heard it from Kevin Clancy first, but most of you are probably hearing it from me first because I'm probably the most trusted name in athletics, if not all of sports. So essentially, this was, and I had some quotes here. And I'm going to quote this guy, the Green Dildo Movement leader guy first, and then give you my opinion, which I think you can already probably surmise. The make meme coins funny again and make people laugh. It's extremely powerful. It's aggressive. He called it aggressive guerrilla marketing. Have to create controversy to create a trend. Make people laugh and bring meme culture away from the casinos and back to the timeline. So I listened to this whole interview, so you don't have to, because the guy's out of it. It's just another crypto tech finance bro loser, it sounds like, unfortunately. But basically what the gist for him, and I don't know shit about crypto either. I refuse to learn it. I also don't have any money, so please send a super chat or please donate. For the love of God, join the Patreon, please. Now, please. Now, please. Now, please. Now, please. Hey, did you guys know Mead was supposed to be on the show and just haven't heard from him all day? Cool. Anywho, basically what this guy is saying is the gist of what this guy is trying to do with this is he's saying and I don't know much about this, obviously, like I just said, meme coin stuff is generally hijacked by a lot of the same group or cabal. Or it's something trending like I don't know. What was the moo thing, the hippo thing? His point was people will just take something that's culturally popular or got popular and make it theirs. Whereas they doing a grassroots guerrilla thing, making the green dildo the meme coin, and now anybody can make it theirs by making it their own meme or whatever. This is all extremely gay, which is why I now don't think the green dildo thing is funny at all, knowing that it is just basically this group that's interested in crypto stuff, and it was just a way to get attention. He said they have a lot more things coming up, but, WNBA, they're not going to be as disruptive as a WNBA thing. It's going to be more background stuff. It won't interact with the game. So the WNBA throwing on the court, there may be copycats, but he was saying that was just a way to get attention, and now they're going to do more stuff. I guess they had some lady with big data, OnlyFans girl with big tits at the Florida, the Marlins game last night, waving a dildo around. Can anyone, Jamie, can you look that up? There is no Jamie. There is no producer. There is no moderator. All that's for fucking nerds and homos. There's no clips. There's no Skype streaming. The whole show doesn't revolve around your chats. No offense. This is the real fucking show. One of the last real sports shows in all the land. I don't have a million graphics to throw up. I don't even have sports clips to watch. It's just a real achieved motherfucker talking sports, a man who knows sports, who has followed sports and played sports his whole life, bringing you the truth without the fat, without the fucking spin. This is the no spin zone. Woo, woo, spin, spin, spin. Yes, Celsius. So the moral of the story is, this is just a ploy to make money, it doesn't make you and this guy, let me know if this rings true for any of you people about other certain shows. Listen, this is just my opinion, but let me know. I thought it was apropos of what's going on. If it's all about making money, it's not Anarchy and it's not funny. And you can quote me on that. That's a Stancil quote. I'll say it again so you can write it down and tell your teachers this. This goes not only for this green dildo movement. This may or may not go for other podcasts. This may or may not go for other people or things in the world. If the goal is to make money, it's not Anarchy and it ain't funny. That takes the fun out of it. That takes any dignity or backbone out of what you're doing. If the end game is just the dollar, you don't get. It's a give and take, just like everything in life. You can't have both. You can't have both of anything. Your whole thing can't be making money and then try to say, "Oh, we just did it to be funny." We also want to be funny. Sound familiar? Just sound like another certain show. Does that sound like something familiar? Fucking hacks. You can't have it all. You can pay your fucking mortgage, Kevin, but you can't claim the show is good. Sorry, that's the fucking truth, and none of these losers are going to tell you the truth. Send me the link. Anyway, I digress. And that was Kevin Brennan I was addressing there. Can't have it all. You can't make $10,000 a month and try to say the show is good when you're just reading these losers' messages. That's the truth for all of you. One or the other. You can't have it all. Sorry. I live in the real world. I live in reality. I don't do works. I don't say my wife left me. I don't say I got punched at a chicken shack or fucking didn't do this or I don't say I'm going to sue somebody. I'm the realest nigga out here. Put some fucking respect on the name. I'll fucking knock any of you losers out too. Come and try me. I don't know. This Celsius has got me all riled up. Who wants it? Stancilites unite. The one true king. The Socrates of sport. The Aristotle of athletics. The Nostradamus of national pastime. Jim Stancil is here to tell the fucking truth about sports and the world. So that's what happened with the green dildos. And yeah, these guys like were trying to, this guy was trying to say the green dildo movement is like some revolutionary thing. He basically thinks they're doing more. At the end of the day, you're throwing dildos at WNBA players. This isn't you're not revolutionizing anything. You're trying to pump a meme coin. If you listen, and I'll plug my dear friend KFC show. You know, it's the newest one. It came out this morning. If you wanted to listen for yourself, the show's in like an hour and a half. He only talks to him. He only at least releases talking to him for about 20 minutes. But he's basically one of these insufferable crypto tech guys. Like he started getting into, and credit to KFC for cutting him off. He started talking about the intricacies of crypto and all the money is going to the same place. And to KFC's credit, which is the same I would do, is like, whoa. So this is all about crypto. It's not about being funny. If this guy went on, and I'm doing this live. If this guy went on and said, yeah, we're the green dildo gang. We're going to start throwing dildos all over the place. We just want to bring attention to the league. This is fun. And that's what the guy started trying to say. He was like, yeah, we want, WNBA has been known that they're not getting enough attention. And again, to KFC's credit, he was like, well, wait. All you're doing, you're throwing green dildos on the court. You're not giving attention to the players or the league. You're bringing attention to the idiot. If anything, you're making the league look dumber. And I want to give credit to my baby, my newest mommy. Holy shit. And I know I've talked about this the past couple of weeks, but I just can't get over how much I'm in love with Sophie Cunningham of The Fever. Not only is she hot, she gets it. She trolls people on Twitter. She tweeted out, please stop throwing dildos on the court. You might hurt one of us. And then she got hit in the foot. Not like she got hit in the foot with the latest dildo. And she retweeted her tweet after and was like, oh, I guess that was a bad idea. Didn't make a thing out of it. And credit to a lot of these players not making it. And this is where I have to give credit. This is where I love Sophie Cunningham. It's only fun if it remains fun. Just like I just said, if the goal is to make money, it ain't anarchy or funny. Right? So I just hope they don't turn into this patriarchal thing where, oh, these guys are throwing dildos on the court. I saw Rappaport already posted a video about, we're really throwing dildos at these women. Like, just leave it. It's funny. Nobody got hurt. It's less funny now that we know it's crypto, bro. It's a crypto scam, essentially. So I actually don't think it's funny anymore, unfortunately. I did think it was funny. I thought it was just some random guy. I thought it was an actual grassroots movement where one guy did it and got copied. I thought that would have been funny if it was an actual grassroots thing. But come to find out, it's this, in his words, a collective. It's a collective of people involved in this green dildo movement, which is basically a pump and dump. Let's be honest. I know enough about that. I see a super chat with my little eye. Hello. Stancilites unite. I'll put any Stancilite in a handicap match against any current MLC viewer and any current Dabbleverse person. I'll take 3-1. Any Stancil, I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you this. I've seen some of you people, and obviously you see myself. I think any one Stancilite can take on any three of these losers from lesser podcasts. Losers and nerds and faggots. I said it. Oh, don't say, oh, Kevin, don't say that on my show. Don't say that on my show. Fucking homos. Remember? Whatever. I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll save it for, this is a sports show. SMC is tomorrow at 12:30 with co-host Bob Levy tomorrow, folks. And maybe some other people. Sent some, Mead, Mead's all about these shows. He's tweeting last night, I want to get in there too. When was the last time Mead did 2 weeks in a row? And I understand I do the show during the day because hashtag real job, hashtag real life, different schedules. But, don't say you're going to do it or not. That's the thing. Just say you're not going to do it. Thank you, Kafka, a loyal Stancilite. Stancilites are like the cool kids of anywhere near this corner of podcasting. Clearly the alphas of this whole world, where all these other people are just unhealthy. They have like scabs on their face and hunchbacks, and they're built like Gumby and shit. The Stancilites leave our house. Thank you, Kafka. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Let me do a whole show. Oh, hold on. Let me read the chat for 4 hours. I'll get to what I witnessed on Kevin's show last night tomorrow. This is a sports show. We're not going to talk about that here. Playing with a toy. I do like toys. Speaking of playing and speaking of boys and speaking of toys, today at 4:00, folks, the inaugural Waveney Park Disc Golf Invitational. Who's invited? Me and my one friend Orly, who you may remember from the Mancation streams. Yeah, just two of us. But there is a new disc golf park. Hashtag leave your house. Hashtag get outside. Opt outside. Right down the street here at Waveney Park, New Canaan. I don't give a fuck. Look it up. I don't fucking care. And I got disc golf discs last week. I got 2 sets. We're gonna head out there and we're gonna bang some chains, as they say in the disc golf game. So again, your fearless leader once again leaving his house. Gonna go bang some chains down the street at 4:00 p.m. Will not be televised, folks. Absolutely not. So that's the there you go. You're all welcome for the best green dildo coverage all in one place you're gonna get, folks. I don't know what the hell's going on today. Why are 300 people watching this today? Was my stream yesterday that good? That's only available now on patreon.com/skimassmedia because I only left the MLC Chickens Come Home to Roost stream I did yesterday that had over 400 views before I took it off and put it up behind the paywall because I'm a man with a backbone. It's not all about the bottom dollar. It's about quality content and it's about treating our patrons with respect. So I took it off. I left it up all day yesterday. And then I took it off this morning and put it behind the paywall, put it members only on YouTube. And then as soon as I'm done here, it's going to be behind the Patreon paywall for a mere $3. That'll be the 3rd Patreon video I've uploaded only in the last week. And I'm only one man and my co-host is dead. Yes! The New York Mets have now lost 8 of 9 games. We're 2 outs away from being no hit yesterday. Didn't have a hit in 14 straight innings. Let me ask you fine folks who have watched this show over the years. Where have we seen this before? Who was it? Who was it that said earlier this year on this very show that the Mets were going to slump after the All-Star break, fall out of first place, have a run at the end of September to give us hope, and then lose in the wild card round. I'll give you a hint. Who the fuck else? Stancils, Stradamus. You people, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? What do I have to do to make you people understand? I've never been wrong about anything, much less sports. I have my pulse on the cock and balls of sports. That's what you feel. You ever feel your penis and you feel the blood? Ooh, I'm feeling it right now, folks. Ooh. Ooh, I feel the pulse of my penis. Yes, 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 yes. Anyway, I have my finger on the pulse of the penis of sports. And the Mets, just as I said they would, exactly as I said they would, slumping after the All-Star break, now 2.5 games out of first place. The Bats are in the doldrums, as we say in the Mariner world. There is listless, as we also say in the sailing world. They are just dead. Lindor has been pretty much cold as ice. Soto was the one hit yesterday, a solo home run with 1 out in the 9th to break up the no-hitter, in case you missed it. But listen, on paper, I still like the lineup. Pete Alonso, a little bit of a slump, but he's about the only consistent thing. Thank God for Pete. By the way, Pete Alonso only Mets fans will probably care, I guess, but Pete Alonso has 251 career home runs for the Mets, obviously. Darryl Strawberry has the record with 252, which is, wow, look at that. We have exactly 252 viewers right now. And I'm saying it. What's that mean? Wow, the universe is weird. So the next home run Pete Alonso hits will tie the Mets all-time record, and so he will break the Mets all-time record this year as a fairly young boy. So that's about the only good news. Listen, I can't even talk about the pitching when you can't score runs. So we can technically talk about the pitching that hasn't been wonderful, but you can't talk about that. I mean, the Bats have been totally cold for about 2 weeks now, hence losing 8 of the last 9. Oh, the one win, by the way, was Saturday when who else? Jim Stancil was at the game. Leave your house. Who is your podcast host? Does your podcast host even fucking do anything? Or do they just talk about other people the whole time and watch clips? You fucking losers. Wake up! This is the show. This is a show. This is what a show looks like. Right here. Right fucking here. Right fucking here. Right fucking here. Right fucking here. Look at my balls. I'll pull my balls out. What's your pepper? Here, look at. Those are my balls. Ow, those are my balls. Those are my balls. This is what a real show looks like. What have you people been watching? Men talking about other men? People watching clips of other people's shows? Put your balls in your fucking hand. Put your balls in your hand and stand up on a chair. This is a show. This is a show. This is a show. This is a sports show, you cocksuckers. I'm an all-star. I'm an all-American. What have any of these losers done? Bought a camera? Fuck you. Just kidding. Ski Mask would really love what I just did with my balls. Ski Mask forever. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I have ADHD. Yes, the Mets won because I left my house. The only win in the last 9 games is because I was there. So, I don't know. Trade deadline's over. So this is it. This is what we're rolling with. You can get some people off of waivers down the line, but that's about it. So I said at the top, at the beginning of this segment, what was going to happen. They're gonna tank. They'll win some games. They'll go on a run at the end of the season, just like last year. Last year, however, was a very fun run. It was a bit of an anomaly. It's not what they usually do is my point. I think they're going to get back. Unfortunately, I think we're back to classic Mets this year. I'm calling it now. We did the same thing last year, except we won the play-in game, by the way. So we did the same thing last year, except we won the play-in game and then went on a run. I'm saying we basically do the same thing we did last year, tank and then go on a run, except we're going to lose that play-in game. I hope I'm wrong. Again, just like I was wrong last year slightly. I was wrong about everything up until that historic run we went on, starting with Pete Alonso's home run against really starting with Lindor's grand slam in the play-in game. But I don't know. I don't think it's just classic Mets. I don't see them winning the division at this point. I hope they, again, I'm not wishing ill. I'm not one of these losers like that Frank the Tank who just wants to destroy everything and everything sucks. And he's fine and all. He's obviously autistic. And I know he's lost 300 pounds, but he's still very fat. And he's going to look terrible without his shirt on. You're going to have to get surgery to clean that up. That's why, folks out there, we all go through shit. Stancil, you remember I put on 50 pounds when I lived in my mother's garage back in 2020 and 2021. Just be careful about getting too far down the unhealthy road, folks. Listen, you don't have to look like this. Not many do, frankly. Not many at all do. But you really don't. But try. Do something healthy. Listen, watch the show while you're walking around your block. You don't have to fucking go crazy like me and be a total Adonis body. Just do a little something. It's like I've always said, I will never make fun of a fat person in a gym or a fat person exercising anywhere. They're trying to do the right thing. So anybody out there that's fat or whatever, you got a weird body, as long as you're out there trying to get better, I guarantee you most people are like me. Nobody's laughing at you. Nobody's talking shit. If anything, it motivates me. I'm like, oh, this guy's getting after it. Me get after it too. So there's your positive Stancil for the day. Now let's get back into terrible bullshit. So that's the state of the Mets. The Yankees were on a similar tank path. I'm not too concerned with the Yankees, although the Red Sox all of a sudden are coming on. I guess the big story of the day, which absolutely nailed, was the Green Dildo Gate, since I actually did some homework for you people. Oh, a couple more things on the Mets. First on Soto. It's becoming a bit ridiculous. I've been patient with Soto, and like a lot of fans. Why is this still highlighted? What's going on? Somebody else in a super chat, you piece of shit. You send money to these fucking losers. Thanks, Kafka. Or even better, don't send a super chat. Send it to my accountant's Venmo or PayPal at the bottom of the screen, or join the Patreon. Anywho, I actually need money, unlike these losers. Anyway, even though I have a real job, I don't need this at all. Anywho, the point is you should be rewarding a real show instead of giving money to a show that is only there to take your money. Get the difference? Super chats have a place. We'll talk about it more in SMC tomorrow, because everything that happened on MLC last night, I turned it on for about 5 minutes, totally backed up everything I said on my live yesterday. That is now will be on the Patreon as soon as we're done here for $3. So if you want the truth, that's what you're going to need, or rewind it a bit. I also go into it. Juan Soto, who I've been fairly easy on when I didn't have to be, just over the week, when I was there, and again yesterday, he's way too laissez-faire in the outfield. There's 3 plays just in the last 4 games where doubles became triples because he's jogging after the ball. He's doing the Joe Cool out there. Clearly should have been doubles if he busted his ass, and he just takes his time getting to the ball, and then he takes his time throwing it in. That is a problem, and that now I'm starting to get pissed. So if I was going, the Mets are trying to do a boo Juan Soto game next Friday. I think that's gay. I think any forced fan stuff, like as a group, is gay. I've always said I think the 7 line is gay. I think the Bleacher Creatures are gay. I think Bill's Mafia is super gay, and also the lowest class sports group in all of pro sports, which you've heard me rant about multiple times, and we'll be ranting about again very soon. We're very close to NFL, which is peak sports mass season, of course. If you remember, I used to not even do this show in the NFL offseason, so you people should be fucking thanking me. Somebody's got to do it. I just see all these losers, and I'm like, oh, God. Oh. Have you, I mean, you know, the epitome of what I'm talking about. You seen Brian Windhurst? Do you know who I'm talking about, folks? It's that big, huge, fat guy who always is gobbling and choking down LeBron's dick on ESPN, Brian Windhorst. I mean, it's like, first of all, you're a fucking dweeb and a stand for a pro athlete. You're it's one thing when you're a kid to look up to pro athletes. This guy's like fucking in his 40s, chugging LeBron's cock down his fat throat, just like he clearly chugs burgers and sausages, this fat pig. Why am I going to listen to a guy who weighs 400 pounds? It's one thing if you were a pro athlete and, you know, you're retired and you're living the life and you put on some weight. This guy is, I've seen pizza dough. I've seen balls of pizza dough that are in better shape than Brian Windhorst. And I'm supposed to give a fuck what he has to say about the NBA? Get fucked. Stephen A. Smith is a loser nerd. Have you ever watched any video of him doing anything athletic? Get fucked. Just about everybody at Barstool is morbidly obese and has a neck beard. And I'm supposed to give a fuck what they think about sports? Get fucked. So this is why I have to do it all year now. I have to do it, especially now that Ski Mask is dead. I have to do it forever. Yes. The beacon of truth in the dark of night, the year 2025, Jim Stancil. But anywho, my point was NFL is coming up hot and heavy. Wasn't really enough story. Oh, I didn't even finish with the Mets. So fuck Juan Soto. And we did get at the trade deadline old Cedric Mullins, which I do like a lot. The Mets have always been known to have their token black. It was Bernard Gilkey. In my favorite Met, and I'm not even just saying this, my favorite Met in the recent times is Cliff Floyd. Of course, I've told the story about when I was thrown out of the stadium and ripped my Cliff Floyd jersey off and threw it back in the City Field over the fence and screamed that I would never be back, and subsequently came to a game 2 days later. Mead was there for that, but too bad he's not here to talk about it because he can't be relied on to join any streams. Everybody's fucking gay. But we got Cedric Mullins, so I am glad we got a black for the home stretch here as a Mets, and I mean that seriously. I thought Starling Marte was black, but he's Dominican, so I was rudely fooled. So maybe I do, and he seems like a nice guy. He's from North Carolina, a good old Southern boy, and obviously blacks in the MLB are the lowest demographic in the MLB, even more Asians than blacks now in the MLB. So especially in New York, you got to have a black person on the team, on the Mets. Absolutely. Oh, God. I got a decent amount of other things going on. What do you want to touch on? ESPN, if you missed it, bought NFL Red Zone. If you're like me, anywhere near my age, basically, NFL Red Zone was the golden ticket for NFL Sundays with whatever that guy's name is. ESPN has purchased NFL Red Zone, which scares me because I love the whole Red Zone formula. They had it down pat, very high production, quick cuts. The host, who I think said he's coming back for another year. I hope he does now that it's bought by ESPN. I forget his name. Something Hansen, not Chris Hansen. Ryan. I don't know. He's white. Whatever. So that's, I just hope they don't change anything. I hope they let NFL or their production team run it how they always did. Hopefully this is just strictly business. WWE also joined forces with, I'm sorry. Portfolio Recovery is calling me because I owe so much money. You know what's funny? The hell? A light was blinking in my phone. It's not blinking. That's weird. So send a super chat or send a Venmo or PayPal, folks. I'm getting calls by collection agencies for when I didn't have a job for a year. Now daddy's making buku bucks, but we need a little backup. Anywho, I'm an open book. Also, feel free to call this number and tell them to go fuck themselves. 203-403-4963. Tell them to please stop calling Jim Stancil. Where was I? WWE. So that's that. They're just reporting, just some bullet points here, because you need it. You people need it. I know you people come here once a week for the truth in sports and the world. You know, I don't do a show 6 days a week for 4 hours about the same shit all the time. I boil it down. You boil it down. You boil it down to a pea. All these other people are broadcasting cucumbers and eggplants. It's just all this crap and pumpkins. Now, I do like fucking pumpkins, and we're only about a month out of pumpkin fucking season, folks. So keep that on your radar. I'm going to fucking go to I'm going to fuck, pumpkin, fuck, pumpkin. Yeah, pumpkin, fuck, pump a pumpkin, pump a pumpkin, pump. I love pumpkin fucking season. Oh, I've talked about it so much. You run the pumpkin in the bath under warm water. You cut that hole in there, and then you go, feel the guts of that pumpkin. Get into the guts of that pumpkin. Woo! Ski mask forever. I'm gonna fuck a pumpkin for you, ski. Yes. Where was I? I have ADHD. Oh. I've had the time of my life. You and only you. Yeah. For the first time in history, a female women umpire will be behind the plate of a Major League Baseball game this weekend, folks. Stancil Jim reporting. Jen Powell, minor league ump, will become the first woman to umpire in a regular season MLB game. And boy, if you've been paying attention, could this not come at a worse time? This is one of the worst umpired years in baseball history. What a mistake. She is going to get obviously she's going to get a hand. What game is it? Let me see if I can track down. This is the show. No producers, no moderators, no clips, no stream sniping, no works, no talking about other people. Just cold, hard, fucking facts. Just I'm gonna fuck a pumpkin. What game, damn it? Oh, Marlins Braves series. Oh, two teams where their fan bases fucking suck, so nobody will care. So that's why they did it. I was going to make the joke before I did all that research on the green dildo movement about how they got to get green dildos at that game. But now it's not even funny since I know it's a crypto movement, this whole dildo thing. So that really makes it all gay. I really was hoping it was a organic movement of people just throwing dildos because it's funny. Now that we know it's these homo crypto loser nerds that are doing it just to push a meme coin, now I can't make that joke. That was going to be the joke. That was going to be this segment, was going to be about throwing dildos at an umpire and a batter hitting one with a bat, or maybe her like catching it in her mouth like the subway in the first Happy Gilmore, or go boom. That would be funny. But it's all crypto meme coin bullshit. So that takes the fun out of all of it. Now I think green dildos are gay. Oh, well, maybe next time it'll be something actually funny. And remember the motto, remember the theme, and I'm going to name this episode this. Well, it's actually too long. But if it's about making money, it ain't anarchy and it ain't funny. You can't have it all, folks. But that aside, and make sure you tell all these other fucking shows who just try to steal your people's money the whole time and try to say it's a good show. Make sure you tell them I said that. It's about making money, it ain't anarchy and it ain't funny. Rack me. Whereas I actively pretty much screw myself and others. The realest people will still give money because they understand what I'm doing. But obviously I realize I alienate, and I hope you people, Stancilites, respect that I actively alienate the biggest super chatters on the YouTube platform solely out of being able to tell the truth, unlike all these other fucking hosts, and especially MLC, who just won't call it. You think Kevin really thinks any of these people are cool? I know Kevin. I've hung out with Kevin. I guarantee you, if I talk with him behind closed door, not that it would ever happen. If I were to ever get Kevin by himself up there, he would definitely call all these people who give him money losers. 100 billion%. Ask anybody else who has hung out with him. He 100% in the real world doesn't get why you people give him money and thinks you're losers. I guarantee it. He can say all he wants on the air because he's paying his mortgage and paying for his kids' colleges, but I billion% can tell you Kevin thinks these people who give him $100 a day are losers. Anywho, that's for the show tomorrow at 12:30, where Bob Levy will be co-hosting with me. I got a list. I told you on the stream yesterday that's now on the Patreon, or will be in a minute. We're resetting this show. We're revamping this. I'm doing it. I'm gonna bring in. Mead was supposed to be here today, but Mead's one of the most unreliable people in podcasting. So what are you gonna do? But there's a whole list of cocks in the works. Throw a cock in a work. Throw a cock on an NBA court. Now this is how you fucking do it. This is perfect. This is what super chats are for. Support the show and don't say a goddamn word. 10 euro super sticker. Thank you, Gecko Gundy. I'll leave it up because that's how you're supposed to do it. Don't interrupt the show. Don't make the show about you. Oh, I hope the host thinks what I say is funny. One Furious F. Signed Doomspayer. Signed Borgo. Hey, what do you think about this? I want to make this show about me. I want to make me so. No, Gecko Dundee gets it. Not a goddamn word. Sent the money and is just enjoying the show. Thank you for proving my point. These are the Stancilites I'm fucking talking about. Not these fucking losers. I don't want any of you. Take your fucking loser all about me super chats and give it all to Kevin. Because I don't need it and I don't frankly fucking want it. You fucking pieces of shit, you hacks. This is a real fucking show. I'm the last of the fucking Mohicans out here. I'm King Kong. MLC got nothing on me. Yes. Well, I've had the time of my life. It all you. Oh, yeah. Did I finish my point? What the hell was I talking about? I think I finished my point about I was gonna joke around about green dildos and the lady ump, but green dildo movement's all crypto bros. It's all about meme coins and gay shit I don't understand and don't want to understand because I'm not a gay nerd. So that's it. Oh, the state of the MLB and umpiring. I touched on it on Sports Mask last week, so I'm not going to go deep into it. Go watch last week's Sports Mask for the whole thing, but it has been one of the worst years of umpiring. Even so, I still don't want I do not want AI umpires. I think the human element plays a part. Perfect example yesterday, because I was thinking about this, because I talked about it on the show last week, with the guy going for the no-hitter against the Mets. I have no problem. A guy in the 8th inning and the pitch is 3 inches outside. Call it a strike. Other side of the token, a guy is going for the cycle. Ball's right on the corner. Call it a ball. You get what I'm saying? I think baseball is a very different game. If you don't like baseball, you'll disagree. You won't get it. If you like baseball, you know what I'm saying. No other sport has a story arc and a flow of the game like baseball has, because of the downtime that builds tension, innings. There's no time constraint. I mean, pitch clock, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean. Or not, time isn't ticking down. It's very fluid, and I think baseball, as an American, can tell, not always, obviously, but especially in the postseason, there's no other sport that can tell a story like MLB. And I do think, and that is why I don't want a computer calling balls and strikes. Obviously, when things are egregious, if it's the 3rd inning of a game in August and the guy is calling, a pitch 6 inches above the strike zone, a strike, that is an issue. And we've had a lot of that. My point is, there are times, especially in crunch time, when I have no problem with the umpire making a judgment call, given the situation of the game. Like I just laid out a couple examples. I'm not going to say it again. I talked about it last week. You get what I'm saying. But interesting time to bring a woman umpire into the league. I'll say it that. A couple other points, and then I'll go through. Get your last super chats in, or don't. More so, join the Patreon and send money on Venmo to @DaveD23, my accountant, and send money to @DDOMB5185. I showed my on PayPal, DDOMB5185 at Gmail on PayPal, @DaveD23 on Venmo. Those are both my accountants, because I can't handle my own money. I showed my balls today in my shorts. I talked about fucking pumpkins. I showed you what fucking a pumpkin would look like. I gave you the truth about the green dildo movement. What else can I fucking do? Not a single guest, not a single stream sniped, not a single clip watch, not a single work. No works. It's all works with these fucking people. Oh, Ashley Cummings hates you. Oh, she's gonna do it. Who fucking cares? What are you doing? You're adults. Anyway, Brock Lesnar came back at SummerSlam last week. A lot of the woke people tried to make a big deal out of it because he was mentioned in all the McMahon stuff. And it was nice to see. I only bring this up because it was nice to see 300 viewers, by the way. So a big fuck you to anyone who says I don't get views. Not that I do this for views. I do this for the love of the game, and because nobody else tells the truth on any of these shows anymore about sports or about podcasting. The podcast, the one I talk about podcasting, will be tomorrow at 12:30 with my co-host Bob Levy. This is about sports and the truth in sports. It was nice to see that the woke side got zero traction. Multiple people tried to make a big deal out of Brock Lesnar coming back on SummerSlam. That was the Sunday night. That was the big finish, was Lesnar coming back. Because he was mentioned in the Vince stuff with he had to do stuff to get in Vince. At the end of the day, he was never convicted of anything. He technically, if you look at it, not that it's great, but he never really did anything wrong, nor did Vince, by the way. And you know me and Vince, one of my dear, 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 dear friends. He loves cutting me off with the Bentley on 95, or used to when he was employed by WWE. Now I have it on good authority. He may or may not be. I actually have it on very good authority that he has a production company also opening in Stanford. So we'll see what that is. You've heard that here first. We'll see what that looks like. Possibly another wrestling federation, possibly a sports entertainment company, but it is happening. You plebes will hear about it in the public probably next year or something. But you heard it here from the Socrates of sport, the Nostradamus of national pastime, the Aristotle of athletics, Jim Stancil. But that was really my point. It was just nice to see. They tried to you could tell they wanted it to get traction and what is WWE doing? Bring them back. Nobody gave a fuck. Literally nobody gave a fuck. Woke is dead. I know. I saw South Park did that. By the way, those guys are a little gay, huh? Why does everybody get so gay in their old age? Trey and Matt, right? Trey and Matt. Who are the South Park guys? But it's like all these guys. What? Am I going to become gay in 20 years? 10 years? Why do all these guys get like so gay and like emotional? I guess is it a death thing? Is that you're closer to death? So then like you feel like remorse for like what you did and you feel like you have to be good. It's too late. I got news for you. If you were a piece of shit, you can't change the past. It's too late. It's too late. God isn't real. God isn't real. Nature's real. Energy is real. Spirits are real. But a religious God isn't real. Sorry. Unsubscribe if you don't like it. That's just my opinion, man. But anywho, is that what it is? All these old rock stars, even these South Park guys, the Green Day guys, the Rage guys, they all just turn into Homer. Oh, kind of looks like a butthole. Anyway, I don't have the answers, but Lesnar's back. I can't even talk too much about it because everyone's going to call me a fag, and I frankly don't blame you. Smelling salts were banned in the NFL for a day. Now they're back. Who cares? Francesa and some betting company. This will really only be relevant for anybody in the tri-state who grew up with sports radio. But one of these, I think it was one of Eli's like betting company, did a commercial where it was actually the New York Giants and San Francisco Giants having lunch together. I can't even explain what that's about. If you get it, you get it. It's about an old call. Somebody basically half prank called Mike Francesa of Mike and the Bad Dog back in the day and asked if he thinks when the San Francisco Giants are in town, if the New York Giants get dinner with them. And Mike proceeded to basically be flabbergasted by the question. Like I said, NFL, I have a feeling we're going to have some more NFL news as early as next week, definitely the week after. My draft, as always, the most legendary draft in all of fantasy football, the 26th year of this fantasy league. Been doing it before. Now everybody's fucking great grandmother does fantasy, and all these nerds are like, I drafted Josh Allen, says the guy who's like never walked a mile in his life, and now everybody in the office knows about fantasy. It really makes me sick, and it really makes me not like fantasy. But this is the 26th year. It will be the 26th year with all the same guys. That'll be the Thursday before Memorial Day this year. You all know about Coke Corner in regards to cocaine. It is basically now most of everybody has kids and families and wives and shit. So it's more and more. It's you would think as we get older, it calms down, but it's actually gone the other way. It's just like Mancation, where now it's the only time to blow off steam. So people really blow it, and a lot of people get blown. And of course, we always hire one or two wenches to put the pics up. These hot girls that we make wear bikinis and pay them $200 to put our pics up. Again, we were doing this way before fantasy football got cool like in the last 5-10 years for you fucking sheep. We literally had wenches in 2011. We started getting wenches for our drafts. So catch up. Anywho, my point is we will obviously football is around the corner. You know, this essentially, especially at its core, was a football only show until I realized the sports world needs me every week in the off season. All right, you've been patient, and yes, I have some guests not officially lined up, but on the list, and people that want to be on the show. Let's take a look at what you poor people have been up to the whole show. Shout out to everyone who watched live today, by the way. We're up to 315 viewers I'm seeing on my end. Not that I give a fuck. I don't care if 2 people watch it, but just, putting out there, don't listen to the fake news. Daddy's doing it. Daddy does it all on his own without any kind of marketing or worrying about algorithms or whatever. Just pure, hard, unadulterated talent with big balls and an average to a slightly above average penis. All right. Pugwash forever has autism and just talks. He basically writes thousands of messages himself. But again, if you ever want something definitely read, that's why you got to super chat it. Pugwash actually does me a favor by spewing nonsense because then I can't see other people in the chat. So you're just going to have to super chat it. So yeah, I'm just breezing through here. Pugwash is just putting one letter a message. Also, if you're a member, it sticks out. That's another way to get your shit read. I don't know what Mint Diggity's talking about, but he says, let's go. And that's a classic battle cry of sports. Oh, Mint Diggity. All right. So this is actually, even though this is the sports show, I'll allow this as it allows me to promote SMC tomorrow. Mint Diggity. Last night was the worst MLC in a long time. He's checked out. Yeah, I told you I turned on for 2 seconds and it was just embarrassing. Again, he's watching streams of Ashley's coming. Again, just watching other people's streams alone is a cop-out. And then you're watching it of these people. You're watching, Ashley Cummings is a literal nobody. You're watching Chad's stream. You're watching, I've said this for years now. I just don't give a fuck. Why do I like Kevin's takes on everything. He's hilarious. I still think he's one of the funniest. That's why I want to make MLC great again. But I don't care what he thinks about losers. Ashley Cummings, Chad's, Raids. I don't give a fuck. Especially it's been done a billion times now. The first time is funny. Yes, I will talk more about that tomorrow, Mint Diggity. And I also nailed exactly the issue with the show on my emergency broadcast yesterday that is being uploaded to Patreon right now. Will be available on Patreon as soon as this is done for a mere $3 in case you missed it live. But yes, Stancils Stradamus does it again. And we've been saying this for years. And finally, after about 3 years of me and Ski Mask saying it, now he's dead and I'm still saying it. Finally, people are catching up. Listen to me the first time, folks. I don't do works. I'm not doing anything to get more views. I'm not doing anything to get more money. I have the need to tell the truth because I just can't stand bullshit. And there's so much bullshit in podcasting, and especially the MLC world nowadays, where I just can't take it. Who gives a fuck about JMO? Who gives a fuck about Cosmic? Who gives a fuck about Fatwater Chat? Who are these people? And listen, I've always said I'm a nobody. I was at least on real shows. And I did it the organic way. I went to the studios. I was invited on. I never asked to be on any of these shows. Kevin Brennan was the one who told Ski Mask to bring me on this network. So yes, we'll talk about that more tomorrow. Soviet Skunk, my fellow bettor. Fuck the Mets. They lost me 1,000 yesterday, and you don't even deserve a wild card spot. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Scott Hansen, thank you. That's who the thank you, Stu, my guy, and good luck with the job. If you want to work at a soccer ball comedy club in the tri-state area, or a couple of them, hit me up. Is this? Oh, good. This is the end. I'll take the bait, Honky Tonk Tennessee. Even though this really is more for the Ski Mask Collective, the flagship show, which is on tomorrow at 12:30 with co-host Bob Levy, if he actually shows up. Unlike my co-host for this show, Ant Mead, who always says he's going to do it and never does it. And yes, I understand the bit is that my glasses are broken sideways. If you haven't figured that out, you fucking mongoloids. I had to explain everything to people who the current MLC viewer because they're all so dumb. Yes, this is the bit. Idiots. I mean, you know, if you have any kind of taste, then you should probably know what I'm going to say. Tim Dillon, pound for pound, continues to put out the funniest podcast and has the best takes. And you think about Tim Dillon, you'll notice never guess, very rarely guess, very rarely any clips or anything. It's just a guy talking to you. Who else does that? Kevin Brennan doesn't do that anymore. Almost all of these shows don't do it anymore. This is a real fucking channel, you fucking hacks. I'll show you my balls. Want to see my balls again? Show you my balls. Show you my balls. Yeah, you getting this on MLC? Yeah. And that's just my balls. There ain't even no dick in there. Yeah. Pumpkin fucking. Look at those legs. Oh, look at those gams. That's for your father, you homo. Tim Dillon. Tuesdays with Stories. I'm trying to think of newer shows that have got. I'm glad you asked. And I'm not just ball washing. It actually is fucking a refreshing, funny fucking podcast, unlike all this other shit. Modern Day Man, Berg's new podcast with Eastside Dave. I never miss an episode now. Fucking hilarious. They do bits. They have great chemistry together. So I'm trying to think, otherwise, Matt and Shane. I'll tell you. I have Chris D'Elia. I don't give a fuck. I think Chris D'Elia, congratulations. I've always enjoyed that. I think Chris D'Elia is retarded. I love characters. I love retarded people. He has funny takes. He gets it. I don't give a fuck. Who else? I'm trying to do the less mainstream ones. Burbs Bros with Sean Donnelly and Dan St. Germain. It's another, again, something different. Are You Garbage, of course, when they don't have hack guests on. I have to be honest. I've soured on all, besides Matt and Shane, I've soured on the Philly Guys podcast since they moved to Austin. And it's not just like out of spite, but I honestly, it just kind of, it doesn't interest me. If you're not in New York or LA or one of these big markets, like if you're in Austin specifically, like it just doesn't interest me. My point is, a year or two ago, I would have said Stuff Island. I would have said Tim Butterly and Rainey's podcast, but they moved to Austin. Sorry, again, just like the money. If it's about money, it ain't Anarchy and it ain't funny. If you move to Austin, people care less what you say. You're not in New York. Sorry. Or Philly or LA or Boston. You're in Austin. But let me see. I have been working in I listen to Jim Norton's one he does with Can't Save You, the call-in one he does, depending on the guest. He had Voss and Quinn on last week, so obviously it's classic. He had Robert Kelly on this week. I I am a sucker. I have to admit, I have in the last, because of that Philly void, I've had to find some new podcasts, and and of course MLC, and I'm not even trying to be hyperbolic. I lost 12 hours of podcasting a week when MLC went to shit, frankly. So there was a few podcasts, extra podcasts. It used to, because obviously MLC, before it went to shit, was a good 2 hours a day to listen. So that's why I've worked a lot more podcasts and variety into my rotation. What's the one? Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee I listened to. That's, I've dipped into some LA guys, mostly just Chris D'Elia, Tiger Belly. What's the one he does with Santino? Bad Friends with Andrew Santino. I do listen to the one with D'Elia, Eric Griffin, and Brendan Schaub. I really rarely listen to Joe Rogan unless it's somebody I really like. It's similar to like these MLC shows. I don't want a podcast should be an hour to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe. Who wants to listen to a 3 hour, 4 hour show? The fuck? That's like, no. History Hyenas with Pappas and Chris DiStefano. It's another good one. The gas stuff, Skanks and Story Wars specifically. Actually, I have it on my list to talk about tomorrow, but I think Zach Amico's show is going to be no more within 6 months. Sorry. I just don't. He's the best second mic in the biz. I don't enjoy him as a host at all. What else? Matan Even. I've worked that into rotation over the last 6 months. I like. I think it's funny. Matan Even cracks me up because Alone, he's doing his shtick about being a hellraiser. I think it's funny and good for him that he gets so many views now that these people like have to do his show. You get what I'm saying? Whereas like I could do the same shtick. I can be funny, but if I'm just a nobody, and again, this is actually a great tie-in to like all these people have inserted into the MLC and Dabbleverse world. If I'm just a nobody, plug myself in who gets no views, then who gives a fuck? Baton gets a lot of views, so he gets these bigger names that have to do his show for the views and spread their audience and deal with his shtick, which I think is pretty funny. Brennan Sagalow's podcast, to give him a shout out. And I don't listen to You Know What Dude, as you know, was Ski Master's favorite, but I do listen to the Regs whenever they do it. Those are pretty good question. You tacked on another 10 minutes of the show. I hope you're happy, Honky Tonk. Yeah, and then some other ones I'll dip in and out depending on the guest, but those are kind of the weekly ones that are always in the queue. All right. Tomorrow, 12:30, the flagship show returns. Allegedly, Bob Levy it will be co-hosting with me, who I haven't talked to on the air for a long time. So we'll definitely have to see what's going on there. We'll see what's going on there, folks. Thank you to our super chatters. Special thank you to all the new Patreon people who are enjoying. I'm absolutely blasting this Patreon. The rant from yesterday is only on patreon.com for $3. You get everything. Shout out to the people. Some of you have been, which I appreciate, hitting the Venmo at DaveD23 and the PayPal at DDOMB5185, which is, of course, my accountant to handle my money. And God bless in general for giving views to an actual real show. Like I said on my emergency broadcast yesterday, only you can change it. Only we can change it. Stop giving oxygen to these terrible cop-outs of a show like what MLC has become, where it's all about just making money. And remember, if it's about money, it ain't Anarchy and it ain't funny. Count all the troops. Bring home the votes. I'll see you tomorrow on Ski Mask Collective at 10:30. Go tell a friend.